Hello viewers, here is a General Electric automatic 12-inch dual window fan. This is a video request by somebody. I know who it is, but I can't remember exactly what their username is. I'll post it into the video box that nobody reads. Anyways, this is a thermostat controlled 3-speed model. I believe this was the highest end configuration that they made of this particular unit. And like many of their box fans from the era, in fact many of their fans from the era, I have a love-hate with these, as I think many collectors do, because the design of the motors was really brilliant. A lot of thought, engineering, research, and design went into it. And it worked. These fans were reliable and they lasted for many decades. It was very rare that these would need to be lubricated, and it was very rare that they had any kind of a failure that required service or repair. But the problem is, when the time inevitably comes where they need some kind of service or repair, it's very difficult to do so. This particular instance is not in very good condition. It's missing both of the knobs. That's the speed control. This is the thermostat control. It's got writing on there, but it's pretty difficult to see. This is speed control, 3 speeds. Automatic, General Electric, and this looks like it says auto thermostat, I think, and then the numbers are, it looks like on, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, off. What a weird arrangement. The rubber handle is still in good condition, providing that's original. I'm not certain. The paint is not original. The cabinet appears to have been repainted at some point. The guards were repainted at some point. I believe the guards would originally be a chrome finish. This has got kind of a shiny backing to it as well. I don't think it's chrome. It's probably aluminum. The blades, I think, were also painted. I don't believe that those would have originally been white. I think they would have been the same color that's the inside. The bottom of it still has the original feet, which are rubber, and they are still malleable. They're not rock hard, nor are they deteriorated. So whatever material they made those out of, it was a very resilient material. And I'm going to open the guard up because the cord is within it. And yes, you probably shouldn't just let it hang there, but I'm going to for a minute. Here's the infamous motors. These are the unibearing motors. And the previous owner, or one of the previous owners, did add oil ports to these. You can just tap a nail or something in there and you can add an oil port. And it looks like they did use it because there's oil everywhere. So you get either people that don't oil at all, people that oil it too much. There's some more information up here. It says General Electric Twin Fan Ventilator. I can't read the thing from this far back. Category F11T3, 110, 120 volts, 60 cycles. 110 volts, 50 cycles, amps 2.1, number 72. And there it is, made in USA. One of the many reasons why the thing still works. Like the box fans, I believe these did have an issue with the cords where it would fray after so many years. The cord on this one, I believe, is still the original, but the plug has been replaced. And actually, you know what? This may be original too. The strain relief may be the original one. The cord looks like it was, the plug looks like it was replaced a long time ago. That is not a replacement plug of recent make. That definitely has some age to it. So I'm not quite sure what mishap this encountered that would have warranted the plug to have been replaced some time ago. The other flaw that these have, which makes them kind of a nuisance to work on, is the blades attach to the shaft by a rubber grommet, which, however many decades later it is, 5, 6, 7 decades later, is typically still malleable and holds its shape, but eventually, as time does its thing, rubber loses its integrity and it starts to break down. And one of these does spin on the shaft a little bit if it's not on quite right. And, you know, of course, the intention of the rubber grommet was to isolate the motor from the blades so that the noise of the motor would not transfer out to the blades. So again, a wonderful design concept, and it worked. It worked for decades. But now it's getting to the point where we're starting to see some of these fans break down and have issues with that grommet. I'm not really sure what a good solution for that is. I tend to think that machining a sleeve, a metal sleeve, to replace the rubber grommet and tapping in a set screw is probably the best fix. Have not done that yet, but that's what I think would be the best fix. So I have it connected now. We are getting 121.5 volts today. I am still using that flaky kilowatt meter. I really need to change it out for the other one, but I'm using it still, so let's take the measurements with a grain of salt, as they say, because I don't know how accurate they really are. This is supposed to pull 2.1 amps, and let's go ahead and start it up. The switch is busted, so I have to use an external item to adjust it. I don't know if the thermostat works. Oh, thermostat is gone, so I guess it doesn't work. Probably hasn't worked in a while, I guess. Thermostat is MIA, so I guess that answers that question. So we'll start it up on low. It does start on low. It goes from low to high. All sorts of junk flying out of there. Alright, that is pulling 2.03 amps, so we're almost already at where it's rated. 136 watts and a power factor of 0.56. And these are powerful fans. The air velocity is quite good, and the air volume is unbelievable. All that air rushing into the back of the fan, and it's blowing out pretty strong too. And it's also pretty quiet. Runs relatively smooth. There is a little bit of a balance issue I can feel, but it's not too bad. And you can see this blade is pretty smooth. And this one is the one with the grommet issue. So it's starting to have some problems, but it still runs. I haven't used this too much because the fan is so wide, it doesn't even fit into the windows. But it's really a great fan. Very quiet, very powerful, very high volume air movement. Alright, let's go up to the medium. And that is a power factor of 0.6, 163 watts and 2.2 amps. And bear in mind this is back in 110 days, so the amp draw is going to be a little bit more, running at 121 volts. Now on the left here we have a bit of a balance issue surfacing. See, the fan is starting to shake quite a bit. That's horrifically out of balance. I forgot how bad that was on the higher speeds. But geez, the airflow is incredible. I can feel the air. Look at this. The air is rushing towards the fan from this far back. It's recirculating around the room. Much of a difference, and that of course is also a result of the voltage situation. That's 2.28 amps, 167 watts. That's, yeah, pretty much. And 0.61 or 0.60 power factor. And it's strong. It's a very wide surface area, and it's a very good velocity. It's really incredible air mover. You can see how bad the balance is on this left fan. Not the good. The right fan doesn't seem quite as bad. Which is ironic, because I think that's the one that had the bad grommet. At least it looks like it's deteriorating from the front. It's got kind of a neat sound to it as the two units harmonize together. So even so much air, you can see it's shaking back and forth, you know, front and back. Even as heavy as it is, it's still able to do that. And there is air noise for sure, but it's generally pretty quiet. switch seems to have just broke. I guess I just wasn't getting a good grip on it with that thing anymore. Should have used this initially. I'll go back to highs. That's probably the grommet. Yeah, that's the grommet issue. Okay, there's our spin down. So one of these is the grommet slipping. I'm pretty certain it's the one on the right. Now the bearings in the one on the left are quite good. Okay, so there it is, the General Electric automatic 12-inch dual window fan. It definitely needs some help, and it'll get it eventually, but even in the condition it's in, an excellent performing fan. I don't know why it didn't occur to me until just now, but the back was never painted. Or it wasn't painted after the factory, so this is the original color that the whole unit would have been.